Hello everyone, how are you? Yes, there you go. Quickly, thumbs up with everybody. How are you? Okay, perfect. And what about the rest of you who've not turned their cameras on? Perfect. There you go. Okay, so everybody, welcome to Glecta, and this is your NVR session. It's okay, no problem. Okay, so first of all, doing the regulars, which is making you guys understand what Glecta is. So those who are here for the first time, first of all, welcome to Glecta. I am delighted to have you guys here. And talking about what exactly is Glecta, who is Glecta? Glecta is a London-based tutoring platform where we provide services for KS1, KS2, KS3, but basically 11 plus. Then there is GCSEs and A levels, talking about the topics that we cover everything from maths, biology, VR, NVR, and English for all the subjects, and also sciences for rest of them. In a bit, we're going to start with it. So, talking about what boards are we providing, especially for 11 plus, we're providing boards for CSSC, SET, and GL. GL being the most common one. So, I hope you guys know about your boards by now and you guys are excited about your exams because I definitely am. Okay. Talking about what do Glecta provides you. So first thing is that we provide you with everything that's possible. Now this says GCSE one stop solution, but it does not mean that there's nothing for 11 plus. There definitely is. We do provide you with practice test, exams, lectures, which are recorded, by the way, so you can rewatch them, counseling, so as to prepare for your interviews after 11 plus examination. And if you guys have like a elder sister or elder brother, you would know that they would want to practice for their, applications and stuff as well. We do that too. And also we do past year papers, which quite recently has been very, very actively done because almost most of all the kids have their exams coming up. Now talking about this is something that I want you guys to quickly take a screenshot of. Sure, Tanvi. I think you would have to type it in the chat section. So type it, I'll read it. Okay, yes. So, like I was saying, I want each one of you. So, there's like 41 participants, me and Gilletta leaving out. There's at least 39 participants, now 30, 40 participants. I want everybody to take a screenshot of this picture. So, this picture actually tells you about upcoming events. They're going to be this exact same like this one. We're going to have topics decided. Some will be just mock test. But yes, you should actively be there. Does it have to be everyone? What do you mean? So we're done with Maths Live, which was on Wednesday. Now we're having NVR. The next we have VR Live on 22nd of March. So make sure that you actually join it. You can see the topics that will be, done in those lives. So accordingly, you can get it. Everyone done taking a screenshot? Nod your head if you have. Perfect. Swara, take a screenshot then. Oh, she's gone to take a phone. Yes, Swara, I'm not moving it. I'm glad, Tanvi, you do. I like it too. NVR is one of my favorite subjects. After NVR, it's probably science, but yeah. So, talking about the next live for NVR, for those who love NVR and are excited about it, the next live for NVR is on 1st April 2023, which is going to be about codes. Now, there's kids asking me what exactly is codes. So, codes is actually when you have pictures with certain kind of alphabetical codes aligned with the pictures. You'll be given a question figure in which you have to make a code for that picture. So, it is about find the missing code. So, it's a very, very important topic, very critical, very confusing sometimes, but it's a good topic. I love it, and same with matrices. Now, talking about matrices today, it's also known as complete the grid. And matrices is a topic which requires sort of drawing practices. I don't know if you guys are interested in drawing or not, but I definitely am. So it makes me happy. Now, talking about matrices a little more, these are the kind of questions that you'll find in matrices, but these are not the only type of questions in matrices. So if I talk about matrices, matrices go from a matrix of 2 by 2, which means a square with 4 pictures in it, like this tiny one, like this. It goes by 3 or 3. 3 by 3 means 3 in the vertical section, 3 in the horizontal section, 3 in the vertical section, 3 in the horizontal section. So, like that. And also, there's also, questions which have hexagonal grids. So, we're actually today going to focus more on hexagonal uh, grids, but I do want to start with simpler questions. So, yes, I've taken the simpler kinds of questions, which is talking about the grids. Okay, so lots of kids have started answering their question. They say that it's A, some say it is C. Lots of kids actually say A. Okay, there's somebody in the chat section who said, is it A? First thing first, I will never reply to that question if you say, is it A? You're asking me if it is. Yes, I will tell you if you're wrong or right, but be confident with your answers. That's first thing that you learn. If you want to crack 11 plus, be confident in your answers. If you're doubting yourself, you'll never know if it is or not. So make sure that always, and I mean always, you're making sure that you're confident. So you say it is A, or you just say A. Don't say, is it A? Don't ask me questions. And yes, to a lot of kids that have said the answer to this question is A. Yes, you're absolutely correct. The answer to this question is indeed A. For those who have still not figured out, the three combination gray, lines, and black. If you see, first is line circle, black circle, gray circle, black diamond, gray diamond, line diamond, gray hexagon, black hexagon. There's no line hexagon. So I need a line hexagon, which is A. So yes, the answer to this question is indeed A. So I think you guys have figured it out. Let's move on to the next question. There you go. Carefully look at each and every figure and see how anything is changing. I've figured the answer out. Lots of kids are answering. Yes. There's 3 of each colors. Yes. Yes. Tanvi has given the explanation to the last question. Tanvi, that's quite very correct. Okay. Lots of kids are saying this one's a B. Some are saying it is C as well. I do understand the confusion between B and C because we know it can't be a circle, so it definitely not is A. And it's not D because it has two dotted ones. So yes, I understand the confusion between B and C. But first giveaway is that C, the kind of lines that dotted are in C and the ones that are in the question does not match. Second giveaway is top right corner, bottom right corner, then left bottom corner, which means the dotted lip figures are moving clockwise. So if in this one you go clockwise, you would see this corner one should be dotted. So the answer to this question is B. They're moving clockwise. Always think about clockwise or anti-clockwise. Please know that if there's some kind of thing moving, it's either moving clockwise or it's moving counterclockwise or anti-clockwise. It's very important to figure out that thing. Okay. So now talking about what all will be provided in, different levels of 11 plus, and once you're done giving the exams. So there's primary schools, which is for SATs in 11 plus. That's from year 2 to 6. We provide grammar classes, reading classes, maths, NVR, VR, pronunciation, creative writing. All of it is provided. Talking about the secondary school is for KS3 and GCSEs. KS3, GCSE, we have year 7 to 11. We provide topics like maths, English, biology, physics, and chemistry. And we've also recently started giving economics. So might as well work with that. And the highest school, which is A levels, which is year 11, year 12 and 13, we provide maths, English, physics, chemistry, and biology. We might want to move ahead of that as well, but let's see how that goes. Moving on to the next question. There you go. Quite very easy, not too complicated. Try to figure it out. Perfect, Tanvi, that was quick. Yes, Arva. Jason, correct. Arush, correct. Tony, look at the question again. Yusuf, again. Huda, look at the question again. Rianchi, perfect. Oh, this is a lesson of 11 plus NVR for the topic matrices, also known as complete the grid. That's correct, Tanvi, perfect. Quite very easy. Again, there's three shadings, white, gray, and lines. As you see, the figures are same horizontally, but if you move vertically, there's a change in the shadings. So there's a triangle with a shading of lines. That's what you need to find out. So the answer to this question is B. So perfect, everyone who said B. Oh, yes, it is. No, I was saying white, black, gray, and then there's another one. So there's a combination of that. So diamond, then it gets black, so it's a black diamond. Pentagon, gray, it gets a gray pentagon. Triangle, lines, it should have a triangle with lines. Oh, no, those are YouTube lives. These are different. Okay, that's the last question for your 3 by 3 grids of squares. Hmm. Perfect. Yes, yes. Good. Very nice. There you go. You guys got it figured out. Yes, the answer to this question is D. What's happening is arrow with a circle. Circle gets gray, arrow gets white because that's the color of the circle, and they merge together. Black triangle, striped heart. First of all, shifting the shadings, which is the heart will get black, the triangle will get lines, and they overlap each other. So I need a black pentagon with a white pentagon inside it or over it. So the answer to this question is D. Perfect. Now moving on to, like I said, today we're mostly going to focus on hexagonal grids. Now, hexagonal grids are a little different than, square normal grids. The reason for that is in this one, you either have a relationship vertically or horizontally, or sometimes diagonally. But in hexagonal, there's always a relationship with the middle one, which means the patterns are like this. So center is actually the center of the hexagonal grid, because of which they're teeny bit different, but not a lot of things change. So try to figure it out. Okay, lots of kids have started answering the question. Okay, lots of kids are confused between B and D. So if you look at this, every shading, the gray is on the inside, black is on the outside. The bigger circle is always white. So now the only difference in the question one is here it should be gray, then white, then it should be a black one. Why? Because like I said, the shapes are always gonna rotate around the hexagonal figure. So if I focus on my hexagonal figure, the gray part is always focusing to the center. So if I do that, the answer to this question is gonna be D. So those who have said D, that's correct. And those who have not said D, did you guys understand the logic? Always take the center hexagon as the reference point. It would always change according to the center one. That's why they're a little different from 3 by 3 grids. Moving on to the next question. There you go. I think somebody said in the chat section that they like drawing. That requires drawing. Okay, people are bombarding with A and B. Somebody said A is yay. Arsh says I'm confident. I am glad you're confident. Okay, let's try to draw this. So I should have a complete here. Then I should have a complete here and a complete here. And then everybody has a triangle at the corner. So I'm going to have a triangle here. So yes, it should be A because that's what fixes it. Yes, Lenovo tab A. God, you guys should rename yourself if it's possible. Here, the triangle is on the top, doesn't make sense. Triangle on the top doesn't make sense. This has shifted. Like if I put this here, the circle would be overlapping this side, which does not make sense. Yes, Abdul, it's always going to be a 60-degree rotation. Reason being that it is, a hexagon, so there's only a possibility of 60 degrees. Moving on to the next question. There you go. That's your next question. Okay. I don't have a name says B is yay. Short is B. Okay, everybody's quite very sure it's B. So let's look at it. Now, if you look at it, every hexagon has a free this. So in general, this is the shape, and each side has a plus, circle, and circle. It's always like that. Which is if you go clockwise, the first thing should be a plus, which is a black colored sign, then white colored circles. Now in this one, it is here. And if I go clockwise, it should be an addition sign, a circle. So that's how it should be. So if you look at it, this one completely follows every single thing that I need. So the answer to this question is B. Make sense? In a hexagonal grid, it's very, and I mean literally very easy to get lost in the sides because it has 6 sides. Usually, we're very, habitual of having only 4 sides for ourselves. Having 6 sides complicate things a little bit, but always make sure that you're looking at the right side, looking at the right angle. If it makes more sense to you, imagine how it would look like if I pick this B part up and put it in the blank space. Imagine. The more you imagine, the better you would do at NVR. So there's only one trick for NVR, which is imagination. The better the imagination, the better the skills. Moving on to this one. Okay, there's lots of drawings here. Ours, I think if you look at it carefully, you will figure it out. It would just take them some time. Okay, lots of kids have started answering. Some says A, some say B. Okay. Okay, Swara is stuck. It's okay, Swara. Try to figure it out carefully. Like I said, take the center as the centerpiece. Now compare this and this. They're reflections of each other. Compare this and this. They're reflections of each other. From the top, it has come reflecting down to the bottom. From the corner, it has reflected down to this side. which means I want reflection of this one on this side. So just reflect it diagonally. If you reflect it properly, you would see the answer to this question is B. It can't be D because D actually shows you the reflection of this one. So, like, quite literally the same box. So, no to that. These cannot be it because the arrangement of lines is wrong in A. A has not reflected this one, it has been just the same. In C, the reflection has happened incorrectly, which is the circle should have been inside, the triangle should have been on the outside, which does not take place. So the answer to this question still says B. I'm glad, Rohan, you're doing very great. Okay, admissions are open for every single student of 11 plus. And if you guys have already enrolled, ignore it. But if you haven't, you can join it. And kids who have already enrolled, you can actually ask your friends from school, near your places, anywhere. You can ask your friends to join in as well. First 20 students will get 20% off on their enrollment. So might as well enroll now. Yes, Abdul? I don't think you can unmute yourself, Abdul. You would have to type it in the chat section. Huda, what are you confused about, darling? What is enroll? Get an admission. Admission means enroll. So when you enroll with us, you'll start taking classes with us. And Tanvi, you don't have to because you already do. So, okay, moving on to the next question. There you go. Ooh, oh. Rohan, one more time. Check your question. Elizabeth, check it one more time. Danish, check one more time. That you would have to talk to management about if you want to talk about the enrollment and the free discounts. You can talk to the management about it. That's rude. Okay, so those who have said that C is the answer, no, it's not C. The reason is that C, if you look at every one of them, white is on left hand side. So if something is on the left hand side, it's supposed to stay on left hand side. That's why it can't be C because the white arrow has actually moved to right hand side in this one. So the answer to this question is actually A, which is if you look at the opposites, they're the same. When I say same, I mean same. There's no reflection, there's no movement at all. They're just the same pieces picked up and kept. So this one should be the same as this one. So you just pick it up and put it here, which is option A. Moving on to the next one. There you go. Can't you see the shared screen? Okay, so the answer to this question, like a lot of you have said, is actually yes, A. So if you look at it again, The opposite ones are reflections to each other. So if you reflect this square, the dotted part will come on the inside and this will come on the outside. Khadija, I don't think you can speak. You're not allowed to unmute yourself. So whatever question you have, type it in the chat section. Now, if anybody ever get confused, like in A and C, carefully look at these ones. Like this has a darker side inside. This also has darker sides towards the middle. This has dotted side on the inside. This also has dotted side on the inside. So yes, the dotted side should be on the inside. So that's how you can figure out your, uh, you know, differences. It would be easy for you to figure it out. Moving on to the next one. There you go. This one's a bit, you know, tricky, but I think you can figure it out. Okay, okay. Yes, it is correct to most of you. The answer to this question is B. Now, for this one, I'm going to zoom into the picture a little bit. So, if you look at the picture, there's two lines, three lines, four, five, six, like that, they're increasing. So, one less should be here, which is one line. So, yes, it should be one line. And moving clockwise, they get more lines on the sides. There you go. Get your drawing skills in. There you go. Perfect. Yes, that's correct. Elizabeth, check your answer one more time. Hmm. I know, Rohan. Once you get the hang of it, every NVR question seems easy. It's just the beginning of everything that seems a little bit difficult. But once you're done, it gets too easy. So, yes, the answer to this question is C. If you look at it, again, the opposite sides are exactly the same, irrespective of that they look a little different. So, if you take this one and put it on the top, the dark line will be like this here. And then the arrows stay the same. So, pointing this way and pointing this way. So, perfect. It is C. Now, talking about a lot of, kids are usually when they're preparing for 11 plus, they're nervous. Would I get it? Would I not? These are the names of some of the kids that were with us last year and were exactly the same like you, a little bit nervous, a little, you know, underconfident, sometimes overconfident. So the kids that were almost feeling like how you do at points. Yes, Abdul Hafiz, I know. So the first kid is Abdul. Abdul's brother, Abdul Hafiz, is still in the chat section. He's there. Then there's Ashman, Blossom, and I think they're quite happy because they got the schools that they wanted. They're Mohammed Ismail, Ibna, Ahana, Jalin, Arya, Arvi, Helen, Paul, Josh. So these are the kids that got what they wanted. And one thing that I can with, 100% confidence. Oh, Abdul Mukhit is here. I'm glad you're here, Abdul. So I think everything that goes around, one thing that I am pretty sure is keep calm. There would be days when you would be too turn nervous about your exams, especially for the kids who are giving your exams this week in, like this year in September. I know it gets confusing, especially by the time it gets to June and July. You will be nervous, and I get it. It would be difficult sometimes. You would not know, would you want to do it? Some kids, I think most of the kids would be like, I want to give up at this point of time. I'm sick of it, I'm tired. And the feeling is natural. Like I used to have it when I have my exam. I still remember my A levels, my physics exam finals. A night before my exam, I was like, I'm going to fail this exam. I cannot pass. But trust me, it happens. So just keep calm. If you're not able to do the questions right now, leave it for a while. Go out, have a walk, drink some water, go around, like fresh air and something, and come back. Okay? And I think that will help. That's a really nice of a quote, Abdul. I love it. So Abdul says, what comes up goes down, but only a successful person would get up. So yeah. See? Okay. Back to the questions, everyone. There you go. Start doing the questions again. Okay, Leon, I will. I'll check it out. That is correct. A lot of you guys are correct here. So yes. iPhone, I want you to check the answer one more time. Queens, Rohan. Queen Elizabeth. So yeah, that. Lots of you guys are correct. I'm glad. Perfect. So yes, the answer to this question is B. So one line, dark. Two line, the one on the right is dark. Three lines, the one on the rightmost side, dark. Four lines, the one on the rightmost side, dark. It should have five lines and one on the rightmost side should be dark. So the answer to this question is B. D lost it because the leftmost line is dark. So that should not have been there. Moving on to this one. Joy, what did you say? I did not read it. I will have to find it out. A lot of you kids are continuously answering the questions. Leon, can you type your question again? Is this a primary session? Yes, it's about 11 plus. Yes. Mhm. Yes. So yes to a lot of you, no to a lot of you as well. Most of the kids are answering between B and D. Tambi in the chat section can't unmute. So the answer to this question is D. Yes. Do I have a name says D is yay? That's pretty much it. Yes, D is yay. So dotted, bold, dotted. It should be bold. It can't be dotted. So the answer to this question is actually D. Perfect. Elizabeth, there's a teeny bit difference between B and D because of the dotted and the bold line. And it can't be bold dotted line because dotted, bold, dotted. It should be bold line on this side. Yes, that's correct, Abdul. Perfect. There you go with your next question. Hmm. We're back to 3 by 3. Yes. So if you see the back images are same diamond, 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 pentagon, pentagon, pentagon. So it should be a triangle facing downwards. Looking at the position of the triangles, they're exactly the same as you go vertically. So it should be a triangle with a triangle on this top corner. So the answer to this question should be D. So that is correct. Perfect. Moving on to this one. Yes, Abdul, we're back to 3 by 3. I think only three questions are there for 3 by 3. Then we'll go back to hexagons. 4 by 4, yes, we can do 4 by 4. But if I talk about 11 plus, thinking about you guys preparing for 11 plus, there's hardly any chance of 4 by 4. There's either hexagons 2 by 2 or 3 by 3. These are the questions that usually come. And I want to keep my lives making sure that you guys do most of the questions that are from past year and making sure that you're able to do such questions. But matrices is one topic that you can do for like fun. It's like a puzzle. So yes, you can. Is there anything as 10 by 10? That would be too large, but I don't think. Even, like Rubik cubes doesn't have 10 by 10, do they? I don't think so. Too large of a cube to get with. Okay, if you see in this one, they've allotted a specific line to a color. For example, in triangle, the middle section is gray. So this middle line. And the center one is also gray. And then the outermost is black. Now in this one, innermost is black, then there's gray and gray. So that's what I'm going to do. Outermost is gray, second is gray, the innermost should be black. So the innermost should be colored. In the other ones, because nobody is black, but it can't definitely be a square or a triangle, so out of option. It can't be a blank one, and it can't be a middle gray because I already have a middle gray, so out of A, I am left with C. So even if colors don't match, same logic applies. Try to do eliminations. Yes, Tanvi, I can't unmute you, darling. You would have to say your questions in the chat section. Yes, Khatija, this is NVR. I don't think so. Okay, moving on to next one. Arsh, Swara, Tanvi, what's up, everyone? Why are you raising your hands? Type your question in the chat section. I'll read it there. iPhone, I want you to be confident. Don't say, I think C. Say, it is C. Danish, focus on the question first, darling. How much time is left? Probably like 5 more minutes, and that's it. So if you look at it, this figure is been cut in half, put in the middle, and this figure has been cut in half, put it on the top. Cut it half, put it in the bottom. The line one should be at the bottom, so it's C and B and C are the options. If you cut this top, put it on the top, it should not look like this. It should look like C. So the answer to this question is indeed C. How many of you are now confident with uh, matrices? Rohan, there's a level to the questions. So what happens is in 11 plus, even if the questions are difficult, they can never be too difficult for you. There's always a level because they think about the question levels according to your age. So, you can only reach to a particular hard level. Why is everyone raising hands? You would have to say your questions in the chat section. I can't do anything about this. Moving on to probably the last question for the day. Quickly do this. It's okay to get some questions wrong, and it's okay. But make sure that you understand the logic of the question. And always, I think this is one thing that most of you kids miss, which is even if you've done a paper once, and it is submitted to you twice, if it's the questions are repeating, try to understand there's only limit of questions that can be coming in the exam that are there in the past questions. So the more you do it, the better it would get for you. Leon, you can't do that. Stop doing that. It depends, and I think you should always focus on the best. That Leon, stop doing that, darling. So the more confident you are, the better it would be for you. Okay, so lots of you say the answer to this question is D. Some say A as well. Nida said A. A or D? Quickly. It should be D because the last horizontal line is missing a black. Every horizontal line have one black. or two blacks, like there's a contrast. So white, black, white should be at the bottom one. So the answer to this question is D. Perfect. Yes, Rohan, you did, but I think there was one question that you initially did wrong, then you had to correct it. So no problem. But yeah, the more you practice the questions, the better it would get for you. Quickly do, this is the last question, then we're done. Why not E? Aradhya says. Because Aradhya, if you look at the rotation, everybody is moving clockwise. And E actually represents anti-clockwise. And E also is a reflection of the actual answer. It's not anti-clockwise, it's actually a reflection of the actual answer. So it can't be E. There you go with the last question. Lots of kids are saying A. Sorry, E and B. Some are B. Why B? Every line has this one in common. Like they have repetitions of the same theme
Recording
figures.
stopped.
This is there, this is there. So this one should be in the middle. So the answer to this question is E. Perfect. Good. So I hope you will remember to get your VR Live. You're going to do the codes for word letters. So that, and these are the social media platforms. You can follow us. And also, my brother goes to QE Grammar School. That's nice, Toshiba. So these are the places that you can find on Telegram. There's constantly every single week there are more and more questions uploaded, so you can go there. It would help you. Those who say that they are short, they have shortage of questions, they can't find the questions. Telegram is your place. Telegram uploads questions continuously every single week. Yes, Leon, it would be uploaded on YouTube. So this is there, and then Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram is something that you guys are all there. But I would say Telegram for questions is very good. So follow Telegram. This would be it for today. I hope to see you guys on the next live. And till then, bye bye. Take care, everyone. Thank you so much, Abdul, for being here. Bye bye, everyone.